Hi, my name is Gina Malczewski from the American Chemical Society, and I'm going to give you a virtual tour of the community garden located at Creative 360, 1517 Bayless Street in Midland. ACS has been helping to manage the garden for 2 years, and we have actually participated in gardening here since 2015. This garden is just coming now into its own. Last year we put down all the black plastic that you see to keep the weeds down to avoid cross-contamination. This is a hidden gem as far as community gardens go in Midland, and we really hope to get more gardeners this year. These are our compost piles. There's 5 stages, and those got brought back to life last year also. So we do encourage composting here, all of our weeds and everything, and we also collect coffee grounds that are donated. Last year it was by Coffee Chaos, and we also had the Grove Tea Lounge in Midland contributing their leftovers to the composting, which went quite well last year. The last stage, or the 4th stage of the composting bin, can be used for additional ground for garden plots if necessary. And once we ensure that the compost bins are doing well. You will notice that some of the plots have fencing around them. Fencing is optional, and our overall long-term plan would be to fence the entire garden in, because some years we've had a lot of trouble with rabbits, but people have put their own fencing in, and so that is an option you can consider for your plot. Also, you'll see some trellises here. Some of those are permanent, but others can be moved around depending on negotiation with the gardeners who want those plots. What you're looking at now is the greenhouse constructed from recycled plastic bottles by ACS in 2015. Inside there are stacked beds, hanging plants, examples of vertical gardening, vermiculture, and a hydroponic unit that we have run some years that is powered by the solar panel on the top that you see. ACS usually also tends the circle garden at this end of the property. On the other side of the property you see what is marked as the kids' garden. That has been unattended for a number of years, so we're going to try to bring that back this year. This garden has a number of different size plots, from 5 by 10 to 6 by 30, and the prices range from $20 to $40 rental for the gardening season. Water is free and is supplied in back of one of the buildings on the property, which I'll show you in a moment. This is the main building on the Creative 360 property, and on the left-hand side toward the front by Bayless is where, a little closer to Bayless, is where the water faucet is. And there is plenty of hosing provided so that most of all the garden plots can be reached by the hose, certainly by the spray of the hose. We had garden soil tested by Michigan State University last year, and I am happy to share those results with you. Some of the plots that were tended last year were amended with dairy dew for the most part. The soil in general is quite good, even unamended. We actually had high levels of some nutrients here, maybe a little too high, so they needed to be diluted out. Overall, the soil is dense, and I've had a lot of success in the 5 years I've gardened here, getting lots of produce, even last year when we had a late start. Tilling of the garden will hopefully be in late April. A lot of it depends on the weather and how much water there is on the property. You can see that the plots are numbered. So if you're interested in a garden plot, you can request it by number by calling 837-1885, or you can contact Laura Brigham. Payment will be by check or charge card if you want to do something online. We are hoping to do some educational programs associated with the garden this year as well, but a lot will depend on the public health situation. As you see, we do have some shovels, wheelbarrow, and some other implements here. And back by the ACS greenhouse, we have a collection of tomato cages. Many of them are old and misshapen, but those can also be shared by gardeners at the plots here. This is a pesticide and herbicide-free or organic garden. You're on your honor to follow those guidelines. We are happy to help you with your excess produce. The ACS garden plots produce produce that is totally donated to the Sam's Food Pantry here in Midland. In the past 5 years, we've got a couple of 1,000 pounds of produce from our plots here. And especially in this time of COVID-19 emergency and food shortages, it would be much appreciated if gardeners would consider donating some portion of their produce to a local food pantry. Gardening is a family activity where we think you can practice social distancing. So we're hoping the garden will go forward as usual this summer. Should there be a large number of gardeners and we sense a problem with too many people in the garden at one time and we are still under a stay-at-home order or social distancing order, we will consider a schedule. But right now we are hoping to proceed as usual with the garden. Please, if you have any questions, contact Creative 360. Again, my name is Gina Malczewski, and I am managing the garden. You can also contact me. My number is 989-631-4038. You will also find information on the Creative 360 website. Happy gardening!